"What did you do with your hair?" she asked. "What did mother do with my hair, you mean?" I replied as a nervous smile swept my face. "She curled it," I said as I checked the time. "I think we're late for Kansi studies," I added. "Shit," Bika exclaimed as she too checked the time. "Should we skip it?" "Well, we've missed half of it already, so we may as well miss the rest," I replied. Bika nodded, so I pulled my cigarettes from my jacket pocket and removed 2 from the pack. We sat in silence for a moment, smoking. "I suppose in a way, you're quite lucky," Bika suggested in a thoughtful tone. I replied with a slightly perplexed look. "Well," she began as she relit her fag, "you know what it's like to be a girl more than most guys do." "I know what it's like to dress as a girl," I replied. "No idea what it's like being one," I added before drawing on my cigarette. "But I see what you're getting at." I felt slightly embarrassed after confessing so much to Bika, but it also felt good getting it off my chest, even if it was a highly edited version of the events detailed above. She didn't need to know every last little thing, but I suppose for those of you reading this, it's only fair that I tell you exactly what happened to Vincent. As mentioned, my brother Vincent is in 6th form studying for his A-levels and has a very good chance of getting into Oxford. He lived as Sonia for just under 2 years and went back to being Vincent aged 13 when his voice began to break. I guess that shattered the illusion of a Sonia in mother's eyes, and things at home went back to normal, well, sort of. Sonia had gone, along with most of her prissy dresses, and her girly pink bedroom became Vincent's lad pad. However, Vincent did continue to attend Malham Hall High School, which meant that he continued to dress as a girl every school day. In spite of mother seeing sense regarding Sonia, she still insisted that our petticoating would continue on a part-time basis. I stopped moaning when mother informed me that I'd be joining Vincent at Malham Hall High School. "There are grants available, so I could make it happen if necessary," she told me. Whether this was an actual fact or an idle threat, I've never been sure. But I wasn't prepared to test her. Part-time petticoating meant that I continued to change into my girl's uniform after school every day. It was a routine I was used to, and my brother wore his uniform too, so it wasn't exactly the end of the world. When I grew out of one uniform, it was handed down to my brother and another was purchased in my size. When I'd outgrown one pair of school shoes, I was bought another, although often from charity shops, and mother made sure I always had a clean pair of knickers, knee socks, or tights to wear too. It wasn't ideal, but it wasn't that bad either. It was the odd occasion that mother suggested we wear one of our Sunday dresses that I didn't like. These were the dresses we each received every Christmas and every birthday. It wasn't always a Sunday on which we had to wear them, but it was often a dreary rainy day, as mother said we were the next best thing to sunshine. I recall being bright red with embarrassment on those days, so maybe she was onto something. Sometimes it was a weekly event, sometimes monthly, but the days when mother exclaimed, "Why don't you boys put your Sunday dresses on today?" seemed to come often enough. One particularly miserable Whitsun break, I recall we wore a Sunday dress most of that week. Since Vincent stopped pretending to be Sonia and mother stopped pretending she had a daughter, she fussed over us in equal measure on the days we wore our dresses. I got first-hand experience of how it felt having to sit for ages whilst mother added curls, ribbons, slides and clips to my hair. I may have looked ridiculous, but the process felt kind of nice. I don't think I'll ever stop feeling guilty for teasing Vincent when he first became Sonia. I detested him for just going along with it, but it was only through being petticoated myself did I realize how easy it is.